Welcome friends. Today I will be teaching you letter writing format. Now before we start we start off with the learning part, I would like to say something about the importance of letter. In today's world, in 21st century, where technology is the driving force behind behind all the activities of the world, where one of the modes of communication between friends, relatives, and of course official persons, email has become a dominating mode. Apart from email, you all know the other forms of technological means of communication, like your WhatsApp, your SMS, and the various other forms of social media. Even during such a time, I feel letter has its own special place. Even this day it finds some importance. It finds really a significant place in our lives. The main thing, I feel, the major reason being letter includes or involves an emotional attachment, right? Because email, or be it an SMS, or any other forms of technological modes, as I said, they are done by a machine. Yes, the words are yours, of course, the expressions are yours, but the writing is being done by a machine, right? Whereas letter, if you write a letter, it involves everything. It involves a human touch, so to say, right? You're writing a letter with your hand, you're using a pen, you're using a paper. So there is a more emotional attachment to a letter than emails or other sorts of examples that I shared with you. Now there are two types of letters. Most of you know. For those who still don't know, for them, let me explain. There are two types of letters: informal or friendly, and the other is formal or official letters. Okay, now informal letters, as you can see, this is a friendly letter. Okay, these are normally written to friends, relatives. It can be written to a colleague, but then it has to be a personal letter. Okay, so informal letter is personal in form, whereas formal letter talks about business. Okay, any kind of business, any kind of official matter, right? Formal letter deals with the official matters or the business matters. Okay, all right. Now today I will be discussing only the formal, only the formal letter format. Okay, the next day I will be like talking about the informal today, and the other day I will be talking about the formal letter type. Okay, why am I starting with the informal first? Because as I said, it is a friendly letter for those who are like beginning to write letters. For the beginners, this will be more easy for you to write, because over here you can talk about your personal feelings, you can share your emotions, you can share your expressions. So this is more descriptive. Okay, and this is official, because in an official letter the language is a little different than the language that we use in everyday life, whereas you can write a friendly letter in the common language that you use with your friends, with your relatives. All right, so that's why this is a more easy type than the formal one. All right, so that's why I chose to start with the informal letter first. Now, for writing an informal letter, you first have to know the parts of the letter. Okay? If you remember the parts, then there will be no problem with the formatting of the letter. Once you start writing, there will be no problem with the format of the letter. So the parts of the letter, okay? Parts of informal letter. All right. The first part is the heading, which includes the sender's address, which means you. Okay, the person who is writing the letter. All right, so the heading will include the sender's address. Next, date. All right, next comes salutation. Then the body, and the body of the letter is the main part, because this is where you discuss, okay, the reason, or this is where you write the reason behind the letter. Okay, like why are you writing the letter, what are the things that you are going to discuss in the letter will come under this body. Okay, so this is the main part of a letter, be it an informal letter or a formal letter. Okay, next, after you write the body, is of course the ending note, and finally you wrap up your letter with your signature. Right? Okay, so as I said, an informal letter is always a friendly letter. You can, it is a personal letter where you can share your emotions, where you can share your feelings. So the body becomes descriptive. Okay, so an informal letter is a descriptive letter where you normally talk about your birthday parties, you can talk about anything. Okay, it is basically a conversational letter. All right, an informal letter is a conversational letter The conversation can be with your friend, with your mother, with your father, if you are staying away from your parents, with your sister, your brother, your relative, your neighbor, anything, but it has to be personal in nature. All right? Okay. So once I finish off with the parts of the informal letter, I will give you an example of a letter. Okay, I have a topic for you. Though it is a very simple topic, but you know what I feel is, see, you can think that informal letters are very easy because writing to a friend or to your relatives is not a big deal. But what matters, yes, definitely it is not a big deal because you're writing this letter to someone whom you already know, right? There is nothing to create an impression on that person. You already know that person, you are in touch with that person, you are in some relation with that person, but what matters is definitely the language, the presentation. Okay, see, you're preparing a dish, right? So it, like, everyone can prepare a chicken dish or a fish dish, but what varies is the way of the presentation, right? The dish which looks more presentable on the dish, somehow it looks to be more tasty than the other one. Okay, so similarly a letter is also something which does focus on presentation. It does focus on the language. Now the language means how you are starting the letter with. Okay, what are the things that you are starting the letter with? You can start your letter by saying, how are you, I'm fine, we are fine, but that's a very cliched and a regular tone of conversation. Okay, so the topic that I have brought to you is, suppose you have to, like, you normally you can invite your friend to your birthday party. All right, now you have already invited your friend, the friend has had arrived at your party is over, and now you have found out a gift that your friend has gifted to you for your birthday, and you have really loved the gift and you want to thank your friend for it, right? So for that you need to write a letter in order to send your gratitude to your friend. So the topic is, write a letter to your friend. Now this can be your uncle or aunt, anyone. Okay, so write a letter to your friend or maybe uncle, okay, thanking him or her for the lovely present that he or she gave you for your birthday. All right, so this is your topic. So suppose you have got a lovely present from your friend or your uncle or your aunt or your neighbor. It can be anyone, your cousin. So you want to thank him or her for the lovely present that you have got from that person for your birthday. All right, so as I said, your informal letter should start with your address. Okay, that is the sender's address, the person who is writing the letter. All right, so over here I'm not mentioning any address because it will vary from person to person. Your address will not be same as mine, right? So I'm just writing sender's address over here. Now, how do you write? Like, there is again a format of writing an address. Okay. For example, let me just put up some imaginary address. Now there is again, this is important thing that you must remember. Until and like if you are writing it in your real life, like if you're writing a real letter, then of course you will put up your real address over here. But in case you have to write an informal letter for your exam, then I would suggest you not to write a real address until and unless you're instructed by your teacher. Okay, if your teacher asks you to write your own real address, then only you will put up the real address, or else you will just it should be just a random address. Okay, for example, 2 by A. Now this comma is very important. Okay, over here, once you write the house number or the lane number, okay, you have to put the comma over here. Let's take again a comma. Now if your house has a name, okay, if the building has a name, then the name of the building should come at the top. Okay, name of building, then a comma. Don't forget to put a comma. Why? A comma suggests that the address is still in continuation. All right, so if your building has got a name, the name should come at the first, then the street number, the street name together. All right, now if you have a locality name in your address, then the locality name must come over here. For example, Tollygunge, that is the area. Okay, Tollygunge, then will be your pin code. Okay, I'm just making it up, so please don't mind. Now once you put the pin code, there will be a full stop. Now over here again, please don't forget to put this full stop, because this full stop suggests that this is the end of your address. Okay, there is nothing more to write in your address. All right, now once this address is over, for those who write in ruled pages, for them, they will leave one line and then they will write the date. Like there should be some space between the address and the date. Okay, the date, this is the proper way of writing a date in a letter. All right, again after a date, please don't forget to put this full stop. Now once you finish off with the format, then comes the body. Okay, the heading. So this is the heading. Then comes the date, and now will be the body of the letter. Now from where to start the body? Again, for those who write on ruled pages, you will leave one line and then again you will start from here, and everything should be written on the left hand side of the page. Don't write anything on the right hand side of the page. Everything will come on the left hand side, okay, of the page. So over here, now you will leave some space, you will leave one line and then you will write, dear, your friend's name. Okay, It can be Sam or anyone else, okay? If it's uncle, then uncle, aunt, whoever. All right? So, dear that person. All right? Then you will put a comma over here. Now, let me just rub this portion off and let me write the body from here. Then it will be easier for you to understand. Okay. So as I said, your body will start with the salutation. Okay, this is the salutation. Dear Sam, or uncle, comma. Now this is the salutation part. Okay. Now the body will begin right from here, below the comma. Okay. Now, as I was saying, you can start off with your letter in the very simple way, that is, how are you, we are fine, but I will ask you not to write in that way because it sounds, as I said, very cliched and bland, okay, so to say. So let's start like this. This is again the best way to start an informal letter. Hope my letter finds you in the pink of your health. Pink means healthy, okay? Pink of your health. Now you are writing the letter for thanking your friend or your uncle for the gift that he or she has gifted you with, right? But please don't start off with that thanking part for the gift. Don't start off like, I thank you for the wonderful gift that you have given me. No, okay? First you thank the person for coming over to your place for your birthday, okay? That is like, you first have to show your gratitude to that person for attending your birthday party. So how will you write? Before I start saying anything else, I would like to send my heartfelt gratitude to you for accepting my birthday invitation, because this is the most important thing, right? The gift is not very important. I think the presence of your dear ones on your birthday is more important than the gifts. Okay, so you start with this part first, birthday invitation and attending the party with so much warmth. All right, then you can add one sentence like this. However, this is not all. you can write this to suggest that this is not everything that you want to talk about in the letter. There is actually something else that you want to say to your friend or to the person to whom you are writing. So this is not all. I thank you for the lovely present that, see, I could have written like the lovely present that you gave me or you gifted me with, but as I said, the presentation is very important, so I thought of twisting the the sentence in this way: lovely present that you chose. Because a friend or whoever, like for example, you for yourself, think it for yourself. If you are attending your best friend's birthday, really a great goes into selecting a gift for our dear ones, right? So of course you choose the best for your friend. So similarly, your friend has also chosen the best for you, I guess. So lovely present that you chose to gift me for my birthday. Now, another thing I must mention over here, I have found many people saying, you gave this to me on my birthday, my father gave me a watch on my birthday. That's wrong, okay? The preposition which comes over here is always for and not on, okay? So this is the introductory paragraph of your informal letter, okay? The body has to be divided into, again, 3 parts, okay? This introductory paragraph, and now will come the main part, okay? That is the descriptive part, all right? So where the description will go in. So this is what you start your introductory paragraph with. This is your paragraph, okay? So chose to gift me for my birthday. Now you have to go over to the next paragraph. Now how can you, because there are, see, I'm not going to write much over here. I'll just discuss the few things with which you can start, okay, the next paragraph. That is, you can write like this, like you please don't directly get into the matter, that is you gave me a watch, or you gave me a book, or you gave me a teddy. Not in this way, okay? As I said, this is a descriptive letter, so try to describe and share your emotions more in an informal letter. So how can you start? You can begin that paragraph, the next paragraph, with a sentence like, see, the moment your friend gives you a gift, you don't open it, right? When do you open? After all the guests leave. So start the paragraph in this way: after all the guests had left, I quickly ran to my room. Okay, I quickly ran to my room, and just imagine within yourselves, how will you feel like on your birthday once all the guests leave, your room becomes filled up with presents, right? And we do, on a serious level, on a secret level, we do feel happy on seeing so many gifts, right? Yes, we do. So you can say like this: after all the guests had left, I quickly ran to my room and was overwhelmed. Okay, I was overwhelmed to find it brimming with gifts wrapped in glittery papers. Maybe try to remember these expressions. Please don't write like my room was filled with presents. Instead of writing my room was filled with presents, you can write brimming with gifts and all the gifts are always wrapped in colorful papers, which makes the surrounding look very bright and glistening, isn't it? So brimming with gifts, wrapped in glittery papers. So you can share your feelings that you felt overwhelmed, you felt very happy, excited. These are the words which you can use over here. You were excited. You can say like, I was excited on seeing the room brimming with gifts wrapped in glittery papers, right? Now the next point that which can come is, now once you find them, you will open the gifts. Okay, so directly get into that point. Now you can say like on unwrapping, don't say on opening the gifts. Okay, please don't write words like opening and all. You can write like on unwrapping. Okay, on unwrapping the gifts, or I chose to write something else for gifts. I chose to express the word gifts in this way. I chose to say unwrapping the various boxes of surprise. Why? Because they are gifts do surprise us. Yes, because you don't know which friend or which relative has given you what, and you are always excited to open them up and see what is there inside. And of course, each box comes up with a different surprise to you. So I thought of calling the gifts as boxes of surprise. So on unwrapping the various boxes of surprise, you can write I was very happy, but I thought of saying I was elated. Okay, I was elated to find the wonderful gifts in them. You can write like this, I was elated. You can use the word elated. Okay, elated to find the wonderful gifts in them. But now you directly get into your friend's gift. Okay, though I was very happy to see all the gifts, yet there was one particular gift that took my heart away. You can say like this. Okay, took my heart away. If you write like this, it shows that you really loved the gift. Took my heart away. There was one gift that took my heart away. Okay, it was now once you write this, you directly talk about the gift. It can be anything. Over here you can write about anything that you have been or you do want as a present for your birthday. It may be a watch, it may be a book, whatever you want to write. Over here you can write like it was. The next sentence may be like this, it was. For me, I will choose to write a book. Okay, so you can write it was the novel. Now over here you can write the name of your favorite novel that you would like to read, or that you think is a very good one for yourself. Anything, any name. So over here I am putting up this name. Now once you write, if it's a novel, then you have to write the name of the novel and of course the name of the author. Okay, for which, see, why will you be overwhelmed to see this gift? Maybe you had been asking your parents to buy one for you for many a days, but they did not give you. Now your friend has given it to you, and that's why you are all the more happy, right? So you can write like this: for which I had been pestering my parents for a long time. Okay, now over here, after like once you have told your friend about, like you have told him or her about the gift, you will now say why have you liked the gift, or why did you or why had you been wanting the gift for such a long time. So over here you will write the reason behind it. So for in this case, if it's a novel, then you may write about the things that the story talks about. Okay, you want to, if it's a pastoral novel, then you can say that I've always loved to read about various places, about about nature, about about grasslands. So in this way, okay, whatever the novel is about, if that the material, the matter of the novel is your favorite, then that should be the reason behind loving the novel. So you can write like this over here: I had always been thirsty to know everything about the Hiroshima and Nagasaki tragedies. Okay, now if it's for this is in this case it's a book. If it's a watch, if it's a a doll, if it's a teddy bear, you will always put up your own reasons. Okay, why? But like over here you can say that but your parents have not agreed to buy one for you, and then you can provide the reasons behind them. You can say like over here you can write like, but my mother had always rejected me, saying that I should be a little more mature to understand the book. If it's a teddy bear, you can say, but my mother has always rejected me, saying that I should devote more time to my studies than playing. If it's a watch, then you can say my mother had always rejected me, saying that I should score well in my exams, then only she will give me a new watch. So similar things. Okay, you will bring up your own reasons behind this thing, but then you can thank your friend by saying like this, that I had talked to you, or I had discussed my feeling about this book to you once in school, but I did not know or didn't have the slightest idea that you could or you might buy this book for me. Or if it's your favorite toy, your favorite watch, you would say like, yes, I had once told you about my cravings for this watch, but never knew that you will buy one for me. Okay, in this way you can write over here. So now there is nothing more to talk about the gift in this letter because you have just seen the gift, you have not yet started using the gift, you have not started reading the novel. So how will you say over here that you will just appreciate the gesture of your friend of gifting you with your favorite thing, and you will bring an end to the body of the letter, or rather the descriptive paragraph of the letter. So how will you say, or how will you wrap up this descriptive paragraph? Please don't say thanks a lot my dear friend, I thank you for gifting me with this novel or gifting me with this watch, I have really loved it. No, don't bring up such very, very common sentences. Rather, you finish off the paragraph like this. A mere thank you will be too less a gesture to express my joy to you. So in this way, you are thanking your friend, and you are also showing your friend that you are really, really, really happy to get that gift from him or her. All right, so a mere thank you will be too less a gesture to express, because see, just a thank you, it means what? Just a thank you will not be enough to express my joy to you. It's something more than that. All right, it's something more than that. So with this sentence you can bring an end to the descriptive paragraph or the main body of the letter. And now you can add another sentence to it because you haven't yet talked about the book, the book, the matter of the book. How have you liked the story? You haven't said anything. You haven't yet used the watch, if it's a watch, whatever the gift it may be. So you can just add a sentence over here. I will surely share my views on the novel or the gift that you have got, on the novel, once I start reading. I could have said once I start reading it, but I will not say. Again, as I said, presentation is very important. So once I start reading through the pages. So with this, you bring an end to this paragraph, and now you will get over to the wrapping up paragraph, okay, with which you will end your letter. All right. So in that paragraph, of course, you will not write anything more than just, writing things like hope to hear from you pretty soon, or convey my regards to your parents, convey my regards to your sister or brother. So things like this. With this, you end the letter. So you can write like this. So this is again a fresh paragraph, okay? This is all for today. Please convey my regards to your family and hope to hear from you. This is a better way of saying please do write a letter to me or please reply to me soon. This is a better way to express that feeling. Okay, hope to hear from you soon. So as I said, in any letter or in an essay, the opening paragraph and the ending paragraph are very important. All right, the way you are initiating your letter and the way you are closing it up, these are very, very important. So this is all for today. Please convey my regards to your family and hope to hear from you soon. That's it. Finally, over here, as I said, your ending note, that is with love, comma, your name. Okay, whatever your name might be. For example, it can be anything like, you know, Samantha or anything. That's your name. That's your signature. All right. So with this, once you write your name, you'll again put a full stop. Clear? So this is all. This is what the informal letter is all about. It can be on any topic. So the few points that you should remember: an informal letter is a friendly letter. The topics that you share or the things that you share in an informal letter has to be personal. It has to be about your personal day-to-day activities, and it should be descriptive in nature. All right, it should be descriptive in nature, and of course there should be emotions. The language that you use should hold some emotion in it. And of course the ending part and beginning address should be very little, like not the receiver's address. There is no need to write the receiver's address anywhere in the letter. At the end, on the envelope, like if I just show you the envelope, that is again important, because your postman is not going to open the letter and see what's inside. He is going to see the address that will be put up on the envelope. Okay, over here you put the stamp. Let me make it a little bigger. So this is the stamp. To your friend's name. Okay, if the friend is a minor, that is not an adult, you must write care of his or her father's name, okay, or mother's name, whoever is the guardian. Okay, father's name, then address of the friend. All right, and over here, from your name and address. All right, so this is all. If you have any doubt, you can write to us, as we always tell you in every video, and in the next video we will definitely explain the format of formal letter, but then again, if you have got any question in your mind, please do write to us about it. Keep watching, keep learning. And if you want to write your own letter, you can always write a letter. Take a snap of your letter and upload it on the link that we are going to share along with this video. And please do write in the comment section about how you are feeling. If you are liking the videos, if you think the videos are being helpful to you, then please do acknowledge us, please do write to us. That will, again, as I said, that will inspire us for bringing up more and more videos to you and helping you in this way. Thank you.